ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतान् शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनं श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। Om. Dear friends, in the last class we have almost concluded the commentary under the shloka number 2 of 13th adhyaya. Shloka number 2, it has they say Shankaracharya had given a very elaborate commentary on that, and then we almost concluded. The last line only is pending. That is, we read this line, say, Hanta tarhi atmani kriyakaraka phalatmatayah swataha bhave avidyayaha avidyayacha adhyaropitatve karmani avidvat kartavyanyeva na vidushamiti praptam. We read that line. So, the Purva Pakshi has also come to agree with us. So, he has come to realize, Hanta tarhi, oh then, is it so? Hanta tarhi, if it is so, Atmani kriyakaraka phalatmatayah swataha abhave. So there is total abhava, means non-existence of what? Non-existence of kriya, karaka and phala in this atma. Atma means consciousness. In consciousness, there is no such thing as activity, there is no such thing as desire, there is no such thing as fruit. There is no such thing as, say, some relationship between the subject and the, say, kriya. So, all these things are not there. They do not exist. Kriya, karaka, phala, bheda. All those bheda, shunyam is atma. Shunya. So, that is why. So, in that, then how is it that all these things are seen? They are all adhyaropita. They are all attributed by avidya. All these things have been attributed by avidya. So, that is what it is said. Avidyayacha adhyaropitatve. When that is so, then what is the fate of all these karmas? Karmani avidvat kartavyanyeva na vidushamiti praptam. So we have to infer. Iti praptam means it means like that. It comes to, we have to say, come to that conclusion. Iti praptam. We have to come to that conclusion that all these karmas are basically say for an avidwan, a non-realized person, an unrealized person. For a realized person who is in that, say, level of Brahman awareness, he has nothing to do with this kriya, karaka, phala, bheda. He has nothing to do with this yajnas, etc. He has nothing to do with this punyam, papam, etc. So that is what he says. Then the Purvapashi, the Siddhanti says, Satyam evam praptam. We stopped here. We stopped here, I think. Satyam evam praptam means yes. That is what is derived. That is what is derived from all the discussion which has gone on above. So that is why, that means you have come to our point of view, my dear man. So that is the meaning. That is the tone rather. Satyam evam praptam. Etadevacha nahi dehabhruta shakyam ityatra darshayishyamaha sarvashastrarthopasamhara prakaranecha समासेनैव कौन्तेय निष्ठा ज्ञानस्य या परा इत्यत्र विशेषतः दर्शयिष्यामः अलमिह बहुप्रपञ्चेन इति उपसंह्रियते. So that concludes the bhashyam under the shloka number 2. Here it is concluded. Okay, so he further says, Satyam evam praptam. Okay, now you have come to our point of view. Etadevacha. Etadeva means the same point. The same point we are going to expand and then we are going to show in a more elaborate manner, where nahi dehabhruta shakyam ityatra darshayishyamaha. Nahi dehabhruta shakyam tyaktum karmanyaseshatah. There is a shloka. Which adhyaya is it? 18th adhyaya. Okay. Nahi dehabhruta shakyam. For the one who is having this body, one who is identifying himself with the body, he will not be able to give up all these karmas. So there is a discussion again on what is karma, etc. So, nahi dehabhruta shakyam ityatra darshaishyamah. There again I am going to discuss in detail. Then, similarly, Sarvashastrartha Upasamhara Prakarane. There is another, say, context. Prakarana means another context. What? Sarvashastrartha Upasamhara. That is the context of concluding the entire, say, summary. The context of giving the entire message in a gist form. So there is one such prakarana at the end. So at the end of the chapter, at the end of the book, that is in the 18th chapter, the last shlokas, say 50 to 60, around that place, there is a huge discussion again. Like what we had now, there is again a large discussion, a very detailed discussion about all these things. The whole Gita Shastra is again discussed there and then summarized, discussed and summarized. So in that prakarana, Sarva Shastrartha Upasamhara. Upasamhara means conclusion, not withdrawal. That is Uparati is withdrawal. Upasamhara is conclusion. Upasamhara. Uparati is that Shamadama, Uparati, Titiksha, in that Sadhana Chatushtaya thing, that it is there. Upasamhara is Upakrama, Upasamhara. Upakrama is beginning. Suppose there is a book, there is what is called an Upakrama, that is the beginning. Upasamhara is end. Upakrama, Upasamhara, etc. They have to tally. Upakrama should not be in one way and Upasamhara should not be in some other way. So Upakrama, Upasamhara, there should be all those Shadvidha Lingas, okay, it is not required now. So Upasamhara is conclusion. In that context, we are going to explain in greater detail in another sloka, Samasenaiva Kaunteya Nishtha Jnanasya Yapara. Samasena means in brief. Samasa means brief. Samasa is brief, telling briefly. You know the word samasa also in say Sanskrit grammar. Samasanam samasaha, sam asanam, coming together is samasa. Samasenaiva Kaunteya, he Kaunteya, Jnanasya Yapara Nishtha. That is that Jnana Nishtha. Jnana Nishtha means that stability in Brahman awareness. Staying firmly in that Brahman awareness is that Nishtha. Nishtha is Nishchayana Avasthanam, isn't it? That is staying in that awareness in a very firm manner without any sort of say deviation or disturbance or again getting attracted to something else. So that is what is Nishtha. So ityatra visheshatah darshayishyamah. Visheshatah means in greater detail darshayishyamah. Alam iha. Alam we know. Alam means enough. Alam iha. Bahu prapanchena. Bahu prapanchena means it is enough. All this expansion is enough. Bahu prapanchena. Prapancha is expansion. Prapancha normally we use the word for world, isn't it? Prapancha normally is we use the word, use it for the world. But prapanchena, prapanchanam means elaborating on a particular subject, discussing in a very great detail. Pachi dhatu, pachi vyaktikarane. Pachi dhatu, pachi vyaktikarane. Pra plus pachi becomes prapancha. So prapanchayati means he elaborately talks something about something. So that is what is prapanchanam. Like Vyakaranam, V plus A plus Kru, Vyakaranam, it is something like Prapancha. Prapancha is Alam Bahu Prapanchanam is it is enough, we have talked enough, we have elaborately talked enough. So that is the meaning. Iti Upasamhriyate. Upasamhara kriyate. Again Upasamhara, the same word in a different form. Upasamhriyate means I am doing this Upasamhara. That is the thing. So here concludes the Bhashyam of sloka number 2. So we are now going to Avatarika of sloka number 3. So let us read. Idam shariram ityadi shlokopadishtasya.
Idam shariram ityadi shlokopadishtasya.
You got it?
Yes.
Shlokopadishtasya. Kshetradhyayarthasya.
Kshetradhyayarthasya.
Sangraha shlokaha.
Sangraha shlokaha.
Ayam upanyasyate.
Ayam upanyasyate.
Tat kshetram yacha ityadi.
Tat kshetram yacha ityadi.
Vyachikhyasitasya.
Vyachikhyasitasya.
Hyarthasya.
Hyarthasya.
Vyachikhyasitasya hi arthasya. Sangrahopannyaso nyaya iti.
Sangrahopanyaso nyayo iti.
Okay.
Nyayo.
It doesn't matter. Nyaya iti, nyayaha iti, it doesn't matter. So, idam shariram ityadi shlokopadishtasya. So, this kshetradhyaya, this adhyaya is called kshetradhyaya. Otherwise, kshetrajna yoga, it is also called kshetrajna vibhaga yoga by some people, and then it is also called kshetradhyaya. So, kshetradhyayasya idam shariram ityadi shlokopadishtasya. So in that idam shariram, what was told? Idam shariram kaunteya kshetram ityabhidhiyate. So he talked about one thing called kshetram. Etad yo veti tam prahu kshetrajna iti tadvidah. That is, he told about, he gave two words, one is kshetram and one is kshetrajna. So of those two words, kshetradhyayasya sangraha shlokaha ayam upanyasyate. So for that entire kshetradhyaya, this is something like a sangraha shloka. That is what is going to be told in this adhyaya in the course of further say discussion. So he is now telling as a sort of summary, as a gist, as a sort of gist he is proposing. Sangraha means a gist. Sangraha shlokaha. It is a summary. It is not at the end, but at the beginning. He is giving a gist right at the beginning. So that is it. Sangraha shlokaha ayam upanyasyate. Upanyasyate means it is being presented. Then tat kshetram yacha ityadi. So with this shloka, that is tat kshetram yacha ityadi. Vyachikhyasitasya hyarthasya sangrahopanyaso nyaya iti. Vyachikhyasitasya. Vyachikhyasa means vyakhyatu michha is vyachikhyasa. Vyakhya is commenting. Vyachikhyasa means desire to comment. Vyachikhyasitasya arthasya. That thing which is which he intends to convey, that which he intends to communicate. So that is the meaning. Vyachikhyasitasya hyarthasya sangraha upanyasaha. A brief presentation is say desirable. Sangraha upanyasaha nyaya. Nyaya means it is desirable, it is needed here. Nyaya, strictly speaking, it is not so, but here in this context it is appropriate. So that is the meaning here. Sangraho Panyasah Nyaya iti. So ee vidhanga cheppadam nyayamu we say in Telugu. So it is, that means it is appropriate at this point of time. It is appropriate to convey the gist of what he is going to write by way of commentary. Vyachikhyasitasya. So that is the meaning. So then now let us read this shloka. Tat kshetram yacha yadrukcha
tat kshetram yacha yadrukcha
yadvikari yatasya yat sayayo yat prabhavascha tat samasena me shrunu. Okay, he is now in this shloka we are seeing two things. That is, the first line is about tat kshetram yatcha yadrukcha yadvikari yatasya yat. That is all in Napumsakalinga. Tat kshetram. The second line has come to sacha. Sacha. And he also. Who is that sa? Kshetrajna. Sacha yaha yat prabhavaha tat samasena meshrunu. So the first line is referring to kshetram. Tat kshetram yatcha. Yat means what type of it? What type of kshetram is it? What are its characteristics? So yat cha. Cha here, the word cha, the letters cha has come 5 times in this shloka. Chakara panchakam, that is what he says. Anandagiri says, Chashabda panchakasya itaretar samuchayarthatvam. That is what he writes. So this cha shabda is basically to include all other things, and also this, and also this, and also this. So samuchayartha. So tat kshetram yat cha, what type of it is, what type of kshetram it is. Then yadruk cha. Yadruk means what type? Yadruk, tadruk, idruk. So you know those words. Yadruk means what type of. Then yadvikari. Vikari means vikara. Vikara means modification. Yeah, change, modification. Yadvikara means, yadvikari means what type of modifications are there in this. This kshetram is not one thing. Kshetram does not mean only human body, isn't it? We saw that kshetram does not refer to human body alone. Not merely the body-mind complex of the living beings. Kshetram is starting from that avyakta, isn't it? So the whole universe is say contained in this. So that is why there are so many vikaras in this. Vikaras means vividham. V plus kru. Vividham krutani. Prakriti is prakashena karoti iti prakriti, isn't it? Prakashena karoti. It produces in a profuse manner. Karoti, creates. He karoti and create is their cognate words. So prakashena karoti. It creates in a very free manner. Prakarshena. Prakarsha, you know, prakarshena is something like profusely. So, of course, procreate is not a correct word. Procreate in a very elaborate sense, let us say. Procreate not in a limited sense, but in a very elaborate sense, we can use that prakarshena, procreation, that is prakruti. Almost a similar thing. So, prakruti is something and vikruti is something. Vikara is something which is a modification. It is something like an evolute. Prakriti, from Prakriti, all these things they evolve. And what all is evolved is something, it is called an evolute. So these are the things. Yad vikari. What are all these vikaras? What are all these modifications? Then yatascha yat. Yataha. Yataha means from what? Yataha is Panchami Vibhakti. From what? From what? Which one is coming? Yatascha yat. Yatascha yat agachati. That is from what? What is coming from what? Let us say. What is coming from what? So that is what it means. Yatascha yat means what is derived from what, or what is evolving from what, or what is coming from what. So in simple words. So tat kshetram, that particular kshetram, what type of kshetram it is, what sort of modifications are there, and what is coming from what. So because in kshetram there is a whole canvas, a huge, vast canvas, and lot many things are there. So in all those things you have to say which is the original, which is the father, which is the son, which is the grandson, etc., etc. You have to say. So that is why, so what is the original thing? From that original thing what has evolved? From that what else have come? So all these things. Then the next line refers to kshetrajna. Sacha. Sa is the kshetrajna. And also that kshetrajna. Sacha. And also that kshetrajna. Yaha. Yaha means the one who has been referred to here. The one, that kshetrajna who has been referred to in this shloka. Yat prabhavascha. What type of prabhava? What type of prabhava? We use the word for what? Prabhava. He is a very, very prabhavashali. We say prabhavashali means a very powerful man, very influential man, very capable man. What type of capability is there? Prabhavascha. Of course, Shankaracharya is going to give the meaning for that. Prabhava, say, depending on the upadhis, he is going to say. Upadhi, of course, here refers to, say, chakshuradi, upadhi kurta, Drushyadi Shakti Vashat. That is what Anandagiri says. Upadhi, Shankaracharya says Upadhi. Anandagiri is elaborately saying that Chakshuradi Upadhi. So we have got all these Indriyas, all these Upadhis are there, all these 5 Indriyas, and then the mind, all these Upadhi. We are able to cognize so many things. So this is the Shakti. So this is the potential which we have. So that potential is referred to in this word, Yat Prabhavasya. What is the potential? What is the potential depending on these upadhis, these sense organs and the mind? Then Tat Samasena Me Shrunu. Me means from me, you Shrunu. Shrunu means listen. Listen. You know Samasena. In brief. Samasena again is Samasena. I am telling you in brief. The opposite of Samasa is Vyasa. Samasa is bringing together. Vyasa means to elaborate. To say something elaborately, so that is why it is called Vyasa. Is it, maybe it is a title also. Some people say it is a title also. Anyway, the opposite of Samasa is Vyasa. Anyway, let us read the Bhashyam. Yan nirdishtam idam sharira, yat nirdishtam idam shariramiti.
Yat nirdishtam idam shariramiti.
Tat shabdena paramrushati.
Tachabdena paramrushati.
Okay. Yan nirdishtam idam shariramiti. So whatever has been designated by that idam shariram what? Kshetram. Tat shabdena paramrushati. Paramrushati means he refers, he denotes by that. Tat kshetram. So the first word is tat kshetram. Then tat is referring to that what has been referred in that shloka, idam shariram. Whatever has been told in that idam shariram is that kshetram, tat kshetram. He is referring to that kshetram. It is very clear. Paramrushati. Yacha idam nirdishtam kshetram, yachedam nirdishtam kshetram,
Yachedam nirdishtam kshetram,
yat yadruk yadrusham,
yat yadruku yadrusham,
swakiyaihi dharmaihi,
swakiyaihi dharmaihi,
cha shabdah samuchchayarthaha.
These
are all small words only. Yat cha idam, yat chedam, and also that which is nirdishtam. Nirdishtam is that which has been designated or shown. Kshetram yat, what type of kshetram it is? Yadruk. Yadruk means yadrusham. Yadrusham also is say Napumsakalinga. Yadruk also is Napumsakalinga. Yadruk, Yadrusham, Swakiyehi Dharmaihi. Swakiyehi Dharmaihi means what are the with its own characteristics. Swakiya means own, belonging to its own. Swakiyehi Dharmaihi means by its own dharmas. What are the dharmas of this Kshetram? Janma, Jara, Mrityu and all these things. You can also note down Kshetra Dharma. What are these dharmas? Janma, Jaradaya. All these Shadvida Bhava Vikara. We know all these six types of Bhava Vikaras. Jayate, Asti, Vardhate, Viparinavate, Apachiyate, Vinashyati. Isn't it? All these Bhava Vikaras, the 6 types of Vikaras, the changes which any being undergoes. So that is the Swakiyehi Dharmaihi. Then Chashabdaha Samuchayarthaha. Samuchayam is to combine, to include everything. Then Yadvikari.
Yadvikari.
Yo Vikaraha Asya.
Yo Vikaraha Asya.
Tad Yadvikari.
Tad Yadvikari.
Yo Vikaraha. Vikaraha means a sort of modification, and by modification something else is coming out. That thing, that which is evolving from A, something B is evolving. That B is called an evolute. And then from B, suppose something else C comes. Then B becomes Prakriti and C becomes Vikruti. So this Prakriti, Vikruti also, there is a process. So you see this Avyakta, that Mola Avyakta is something that is the original Prakriti, isn't it? From that Prakriti, Prakriter Mahan, Mahato, Hankaraha, there is a line from this Sankhya's. Of course, I am going to read out that line in the next shloka. Or maybe I can tell right now. Anandagiri has quoted that shloka. You see, here we are also following some of these things, some of these principles which have been followed by Sankhyas. We know this Sankhya philosophy started by Kapila Maharshi. Kapila Maharshi also is a very, very ancient Rishi. By the time of Krishna also, that Maharshi was there. So this Krishna is also referring to that Sankhya. So here the reference is, this Anandagiri is quoting, say this Moola Prakriti. What do Sankhya's say? Sankhya's say that there are 2 entities. One is Purusha, the sentient, and the other thing is insentient, which is called Prakriti. And Prakriti is independent, they say. The only difference between Sankhyas and Vedantins is that Vedanta says that it is not independent. Prakriti is not independent. Prakriti is only a manifestation in this Brahman. Whereas they say that Purusha, the sentient, that intelligence principle, is there, and in its presence, the activity, the Prakriti is just dancing like a dancer. Prakriti Nartakiva, that is the comparison given by, say, this Kapila people. So this, anyway, coming to this Moola Prakriti, what all this evolutes, the way it evolves, that has been accepted in Vedanta also. Vedanta and Sankhya, these two, this point is common. There is a Prakriti, and from that Prakriti, this Ahankara, Maya, Prakriti, we call it Maya, isn't it? Maya is what? Maya is again Chaitanya only. Maya is, Prakriti is Maya Vachinnam Chaitanyam. That is what we call that, at that highest level we call it Ishvara, isn't it? That is, if you imagine this whole Brahman, if you visualize this Brahman as an ocean of consciousness, this Ishvara is something like a huge wave of consciousness, isn't it? So that huge wave of consciousness suddenly develops some notion, it develops a notion of independence, let us say. Not exactly independence, some notion that I. So that becomes the Mahat. Mahat, Ahankara. That Mahat is, that the next evolute is Mahat, and from that Mahat, Ahankara and Buddhi. So in that manner they do come. So I will read out this shloka. It is from Ishvara Krishna's Sankhya Karika. You may note down, there was a gentleman called Ishvara Krishna. Ishvara Krishna was somebody who lived in 1st century BC or so. 1st century or maybe slightly earlier, because history says that his Ishvara Krishna's Sankhya Karikas were translated into Tibetan in the 1st century AD. In the 1st century AD, Ishvara Krishna's Sankhya Karikas were translated into Tibetan language, and through Tibet it went to China. So at that time, this Sankhya philosophy was a very, very predominant philosophy. It's a very predominant, supposed to be the highest, say, level of philosophy. So that Ishvara Krishna, from that Karika, this Karika is from him. Moola Prakritihi Avikrutihi. Avikruti means this Moola Prakriti is one thing which is say it is not derived from anything else. Avikruti. It is not a vikara of anything else. Mula prakriti is not a vikara of anything else. Then mahadadyaha prakriti vikrutayaha sapta. Mahad adyaha. Mahat, ahankara, buddhi, etc., etc. There are 7 things which are at the same time prakriti and also vikruti. At the same time prakriti and vikruti, you understood it?
Yes.
Suppose prakriti is there, mula prakriti, it is not a vikara of anything. It is originally there. Then from that, mahat comes. So mahat becomes a vikara with reference to prakriti. And from mahat, suppose something else, ahankara comes. So with reference to ahankara, mahat is prakriti and ahankara is vikruti. So from this ahankara, something else comes. This pancha tanmatras come. So pancha tanmatras are vikrutis, and then this ahankara is prakriti. So prakriti vikrutayaha. So that is what it says. Prakriti vikrutayaha sapta. 7. So 1 plus 7 become 8. So that is what we saw. Bhinna prakriti rashtadha. Do you remember that sloka? Bhinna prakriti rashtadha. What is that? Say bhumirapo analo vayuhu khammano buddhirevacha. 7th adhyaya. Bhumihi apaha analaha vayuhu khammano buddhirevacha. Ahankara iti yamme bhinna prakriti rashtadha. Isn't it? So that is that ashtavidha prakriti. So that is why we call Shiva Ashtamurti. You must have seen Ashtamurti. You say, do you get that word in somewhere in Mahanyasa or anything? No. Ashtamurti. It doesn't come. Anyway, Ashtamurti is a name for Shiva. Ashtabhiryasya krushnam jagadapi tanubhir bibhrato nabhimanaha. There is a line from Kalidasa. So Ashtamurti is a name for Shiva. So this is the same thing. Ashtamurti is the manifestation of that Supreme Brahman in 8 different forms. These are all Prakrutis, Prakriti Vikrutayaha. Then there are 16 other things which are only Vikaras. So right up to this Panchabhutas, they are all Prakriti and Vikruti also. Because something they are born out of something, they are also giving birth to something else. So then the subsequent things, Shodashakastu Vikara, there is what is this, Indriyas, these 5 senses, that of course we are going to see what are those 16 things. Anyway, that is going to come. Say these 16 things are the derivatives, and from these nothing further is coming out. So that is why they are only called Vikaras. They are only evolutes, they are only Vikrutis. From these Vikrutis, nothing else is coming out. So these are not Prakrutis. So one is Mula Prakriti, which is not derived from anything else. 7 are Prakrutikam Vikruti. These 16 are only Vikrutis. So altogether 16 plus 8 are 24. So this 24 are called Chaturvimshati Tattvani. Chaturvimshati Tattvani means 24 principles, let us say. 24 principles. This is the proposal or postulation of the Sankhyas. So the 16, of course, I am going to tell. In the next shloka it is coming. So this is the structure of the Sankhyas, which has been accepted by the Vedantins also. Now it is not as though they told and Vedantins accept. We do not know who told first, whether it is Upanishad or Vedanta or Sankhya. But this is common, let me say. This is common to Sankhyas and Vedantins. So this is Sachayo Yat Prabhavascha. Where are we? Yad Vikari. Oh, we are in this word Vikari. So for explaining that word Vikara, I told all this. Vikara is modification. Yataha yasmacha yat karyam utpadyate iti vakyasheshaha. So yataha means yasmat. From what? Yasmacha yat karyam utpadyate. What is coming from what? Iti vakyasheshaha. Vakyasheshaha means you have to fill up the line like that. Vakyashesha is something which is not mentioned in the text, but which you presume in order to complete the sentence. So vakyashesha is something you presume. Yasmacha yat karyam utpadyate. From what? What is coming from what? So that is it. Utpadyate we have to visualize. We have to borrow that word. Then sacha yaha kshetrajño nirdishtaha. सा यत् प्रभावः ये प्रभावाः उपाधिकृताः शक्तयः यस्य सा यत् प्रभावः च
च
तत् क्षेत्र क्षेत्रज्ञयोः याथात्म्यं
तत् क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञयोः याथात्म्यं
यथा विशेषितं
यथा विशेषितं
समासेन संक्षेपेण
समासेन संक्षेपेण
मे मम वाक्यतः
मे मम वाक्यतः
शृणु श्रुत्वा अवधारय इत्यर्थः.
शृणु श्रुत्वा अवधारय इत्यर्थः.
Fine. Okay, sacha yah kshetrajnah. We have come to the second line. Sacha, sa, that kshetrajna. Nirdishtaha. Nirdishtaha means that one who has been pointed out, designated. Sa yat prabhavaha. Ye prabhavaha upadhikuta shaktayah. So these prabhavas. Prabhava means all these shaktis. What all powers he has. Power means what all capacity. What is all his potential. What are all his capacities. That is, capacity means upadhikutaha shaktayah. And upadhi, as I said, Anandagiri is elaborating chakshuradi upadhi. Chakshuradi means all these five senses, then the mind, and then of course organs of action. So all these things are the upadhis. So pancha jnanendriya, pancha karmendriya, there is one manas, and then pancha pranas, the five pranas. All these things, they become 16. All these things are the vikaras. So that is it. Upadhikuta shaktayah yasya. Then yat prabhavasya, and what type of say potential is there? Tat kshetra kshetrajnayoho yathatmyam. So, and the reality, the say real status of what is this kshetra and what is kshetrajna, their yathatmyam. Yathatmyam means the real nature. The real nature of kshetra and kshetrajna. Then samasena, samkshepena, that is in brief, me mama vakyataha, from my, as I say, by my words or through my words, that is mama vakyataha means through my words. Shrunu, shrunu means listen. Not only listen but understand. So he also says shrutva avadharaya. Don't just listen and forget, you please understand. So Shankaracharya also is joking with us. Okay. Tat kshetram,
tat kshetram,
tat kshetra kshetrajnayoho yathatmyam vivakshitam stauti shrotru buddhi prarochanartham rishibhihi iti. So tat kshetra kshetrajnayoho yathatmyam, that is the real nature of the kshetra and kshetrajna. Then vivakshitam. Vivakshitam means that which is intended to be told. Vivaksha means vaktum ichha vivaksha. That is that which is intended to be told. That is vivakshitam is that which is intended to be told. Vivaksha means vaktum ichha. That is intention to say something. So vivakshitam is that which is intended. Stauti. Stauti means he is merely extolling. He is extolling. Why? Shrotru buddhi prarochanartham. In order to arouse some interest in the mind of the listener. So he has to explain. He has to explain and say, yes, I am going to tell you the greatest secret. So I am going to tell you a great secret. You please listen. So for that he is extolling, he is praising and giving that, saying in this manner. What? Rushibhihi iti. Let us read the shloka. ऋषिभिर् बहुधा गीतम् छन्दोभिर्विविधैः पृथक् ब्रह्मसूत्रपदैश्चैव हेतुमद्भिर्विनिश्चितैः. So he says, he is giving 2-3 points here. Number one is ऋषिभिः बहुधा गीतम्. Bahudha in several ways. Bahudha means in several ways. Ekadha, bahudha, panchadha, dvidha, tridha, dadha pratyaya. Ekadha, dvidha, trividha, chaturdha, so panchadha, bahudha. Bahudha means many ways. Geetam. Geetam means it has been sung. Sung means not as though they started singing songs like Tyagaraja. Sung means it has been praised. It has been described. Gita, we know the word very Gita. We are not singing anyway, we are only reciting the shloka. So, Rushibhihi Bahudha Gita means it is described by the sages in several ways. Rushi. Rushi means, what does it imply? Aptavakyam. Rushi, you know the word Aptavakyam Pramanam? Shabda, Rushi, in Tarka Shastra, of course, we get this thing. Aptavakyam. Apta means somebody who has already attained. Apta. Apti means attainment. Apta is somebody who has already attained. So Apta Vakyam, a word from somebody who is a realized person. So that is what is Apta Vakyam. So this Aptokti, where did I get this word? somewhere from some commentary I tadityadina shrotra buddhi shrotradigam aptokti rugadinam. Yeah, in some here itself somewhere. Vasishtadibhi bahudha gitam pratipaditam. Yeah, that aptokti anyway. Rushibhihi bahudha gitam. So that is one way. So that means some people who have already realized Brahman, they have prescribed it. Number two, chandobhihi vividhaihi pruthak. Vividhaihi chandobhihi. Vividhaihi means by several. Chandobhihi. Chandas means Veda. Chandas, there are two meanings. Chandas means prosody, ordinary prosody. Suppose you say Shardula Vikriditam, there is a poem, or Shloka, Anushtup Chanda. Shardula Vikriditam is another Chandas. We are not referring to prosody here. Chandas actually means, Chanda, the original meaning of Chandas means Veda. So Chandobhihi means by several Vedas. Chandobhihi, Vividhaihi, Pruthak. Pruthak means in different ways. Pruthak, different. In different ways, in different by various say Vedas, it has been told, it has been postulated. Then not only that, Brahma Sutra Padaishchaiva. Brahma Sutra. Here, of course, we are not referring to. Of course, the commentators say, even Shankaracharya says that he is not specifically saying that it is not the Brahma Sutra of Badarayana. But then he is implying that Shankaracharya's commentary and also Anandagiri's commentary, it implies that it is not Badarayana's Brahma Sutra. We know that Badarayana wrote Brahma Sutra. There is again some slight controversy about whether Badarayana is the same as Vyasa or not. If Badarayana is not Vyasa, if Badarayana were not to be Vyasa, then we should not say that Krishna is referring to Brahma Sutra of Badarayana, because Krishna is much anterior to Badarayana. Badarayana came much later and Krishna was there much earlier. So he cannot be referring to Badarayana's Brahma Sutra. And then if he is referring to by chance, if it is Vyasa only, maybe Krishna and Vyasa were also contemporaries. Veda Vyasa and Krishna were contemporaries. He could have referred. So we need not much bother about whether he is referring to Brahma Sutra of Badarayana or Brahma Sutra of Vyasa, or whether he is referring to something else. But of course, Shankaracharya says by Brahma Sutra, he is not referring to these Brahma Sutras, he is referring to the certain lines from Vedas, which in a very, which introduce by way of reasoning, which tell about Brahman. By way of reasoning, they tell about Brahma. So he is referring to those words. Brahma Sutra, Brahma is indicated, Brahma Suchyate. Brahma is indicated by these words. So that is what is the meaning of sutra there. Brahma Sutra Padaischa Eva. And what type of sutras are there? Hetumadbhihi Vinishchitaihi. Hetumat means that which is having a reason. Hetu means reason. Hetumat means that which is having a solid reason. So that means Hetumadbhihi Brahma Sutraihi. That is well reasoned words. Well reasoned. Hetumadbhihi Brahma Sutra Padaihi. Well reasoned sentences from the Veda. Not only well reasoned, but Vinishchitaihi. Vinishchitaihi. That is well established. Not only well reasoned, but well established. Nishchita. Nishchita means something which is determined. Something which is established, isn't it? So well reasoned and well established arguments say this. There are several sentences in these Vedas. So that is what he says. Well established is a better word. Established. So let us see the Bhashya. Is the shloka clear? So here, not only that, one more point we have to see here. Where did I see this Shruti, Smruti, Nyaya? I saw it somewhere in some Bhashyam. Okay, the first thing is, you see, Rushibhihi Bahudha Geetam. Let me see where it is. Shruti, Smruti, Siddha Muktam. Yeah, Anandagiri only. Anandagiri gives very beautiful interpretation sometimes, always. You see, Nakevalam Shruti, Smruti, Siddha Muktam, Siddha Muktam, Yathatmyam, Kintu, Yauktikam cha Ityaha. So he is referring to these three things. We see, Rushibhi Bahudha Geetam is one aspect. Vedas are proclaiming is another aspect. Then Brahma Sutra Padaischa is another aspect. So he is saying what these rishis are saying is Smruti, by way of recalling, by way of remembering from what these Vedas The rishis have given various smrutis. So that is smruti. Then chandobhihi, that is Veda. Chanda is referring to Veda. Then Shruti and Smruti and Shruti have come. Then Brahma Sutra, that is Nyaya. Nyaya means reasoning, logic. So Shruti, Smruti, logic, all these things are mentioned in this shloka. That is what Anandagiri writes. It is a beautiful point he gives. Shruti, Smruti, Siddha Muktam, Yathatmyam, Kintu Yaukti. Not only that, Yauktikam cha. Yauktikam means depending on yukti, related to yukti. Yukti means logic, reasoning. Did you follow?
Yes.
Okay, then let us see the Bhashyam. Rushibhihi Vasishtadibhihi
ऋषिभिः वसिष्ठादिभिः
Bahudha Bahuprakaram
बहुधा बहुप्रकारं
Geetam Kathitam.
गीतं कथितं.
So Rushibhihi, Vasishtha etc., they are the rishis, and then by them various smrutis, by way of various smrutis, Bahuprakaram Geetam. Geetam means Kathitam. It has been told. Then Chandobhihi
छन्दोभिः
Chandamsi Rugadini
छन्दांसि रुगादीनि
Taihi Mantra Chandobhihi
तैः मन्त्रश्छन्दोभिः
Vividhaihi Nana Prakaraihi
विविधैः नानाप्रकारैः
Pruthag Vivekataha Geetam.
पृथक् विवेकतः गीतम्.
Okay, Chandobhihi. What are these chandas? Chandamsi, Chandasi, Chandamsi. So Chandamsi is plural. Chandamsi means Vedas. Rugadini, Ruk etc. Rug Veda, Yajurveda etc. They are the Vedas. Rugadini. Taihi, by them. Mantra Chandobhihi. That is Tair Mantra Chandobhihi. That is the mantras which are contained in all those Vedas. By them. Chandrobhihi. Vividhaihi Nana Prakaraihi. By different types of mantras. By various mantras which are contained in these Vedas. Then Pruthak Vivekataha Geetam. Pruthak means Vivekataha. By proper discrimination, by proper analysis, Viveka is distinguishing the right from the wrong, what is correct and what is not. So Vivekataha Geetam. They have been well reasoned and told there. Then Kincha Brahma Sutra Padaischaiva
ब्रह्मसूत्र पदैश्चैव
ब्रह्मणः सूचकानि वाक्यानि ब्रह्मसूत्राणि
ब्रह्मणः सूचकानि वाक्यानि ब्रह्मसूत्राणि
तैः पद्यते गम्यते ज्ञायते ब्रह्म इति
पद्यते गम्यते ज्ञायते ब्रह्म इति
तानि पदानि उच्यन्ते. Okay, so you see the word Brahmasutra Padaishchaiva. Brahmasutra Pada. The word he used by Krishna is Pada. Pada means word. Normal meaning of Padam is word. The meaning of the Vyutpatti meaning, that is etymological meaning, Shankaracharya is giving. Padyate iti padam. Padyate, prapyate, gamyate, jnayate. Gam dhatu is jnanarthakam also. Gam dhatu is jnanarthaka also. Padyate, that by which you attain something, that by which you reach something. Padyate, gamyate. All gatyartha dhatus are jnanartha dhatu also. Gatyarthaka, ye gatyartha, te jnanarthaka. There is a general rule.
Path.
Yeah, path. That is ye gatyarthaka, gati. They talk about some path. They jnanarthaka also. So that is there is a general rule like that. So paihi padyate, gamyate, jnayate brahma. That is by all these words, padyate, brahma is attained. Attained means jnayate. You are not attaining it, because when you say you are attaining Brahma, Brahma becomes attainable. It is not as though you are traveling from here to Delhi and then you are attaining. It is not like that. So that is why jnayate. So again figuratively we have to say that it is known. Brahma is not attained because it is not apyam. We always say Brahma is not apyam. So jnayate Brahma iti. Tani padani uchyante. So that is why they are called Brahmasutra pada. Padani. Padam is napumsaka. So padani uchyante. Taireva cha kshetra kshetrajnayor yathatmyam geetam ityanuvartate. So by them only. Taireva means by them only. Kshetra kshetrajnayor yathatmyam. The real nature of this kshetra and kshetrajna, they have been properly explained. So it follows. Anuvartate means it follows. It follows that by those Brahma Sutra words, the real nature of this Kshetra and Kshetrajna has been well communicated. So that is what it means. Anuvartate means it follows. Then what are those words? He is also quoting. Atmetyevopasita
आत्मेत्यवोपासीता
इत्यादिभिर्हि ब्रह्मसूत्रपदैः आत्मा ज्ञायते.
ब्रह्मसूत्रपदैः आत्मा ज्ञायते.
So what are these? He is giving an example. What is that example? Atma ityeva upasita. So you have to do this upasana as Atma. Ityadibhihi, by such words. Anandagiri is giving one or two more lines. That is Brahmavidapnoti param athayonyam devana devatam. So he is giving some more lines. Brahmavidapnoti param is from Taittiriya Upanishad. Then athayonyam devatam upaste anyosa vanyohavasmi, that is from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. So by all these lines, these are lines which contain a lot of logic. They are well reasoned arguments. They are well reasoned presentations, let us say. So with all these things, Brahma Sutra Padaihi Atma Jnayate. Atma is known by all these words. Then Hetumadbhihi Yukti Yuktaihi Vinishchitaihi Na Samshaya Rupaihi Nishchita Pratyayotpadakaihi Ityarthaha. Okay, he is explaining the words Hetumadbhihi Vinishchitaihi. Hetumadbhihi Yukti Yuktaihi. Hetu and Yukti are one and the same. Hetu means logic, reasoning. In fact, in logic, Hetu means say it is slightly different. It is a purely technical word. Loosely said, Hetu means reason, we can say. Hetu madbhihi yukti yuktaihi, those which have proper reason in them. Then vinishchitaihi, that means na samshaya rupaihi, there is no doubt anywhere. Na samshaya rupaihi, samshaya means doubt. Na samshaya rupaihi, nishchita pratyayotpadakaihi. So these lines from these Vedas, they produce in you a clear they not produce, they give you a very, very clear meaning. They convey very, very clear meaning to you, not in any confusing manner, in a very, very clear manner they convey the meaning to you. So that is it. Nishchita pratyaya. Pratyaya means knowledge. Nishchita pratyaya. That is a very confirmed, in a very confirmed manner, in a very well established manner, in a very clear manner, they do convey the meaning. So that is the meaning here. Pratyayo nishchaya nishchita pratyayotpadakaihi ityarthaha. Then Shrutya Stutya Abhimukhi Bhutaya Arjunaya Aha Bhagavan.
Stutya Abhimukhi Bhutaya Arjunaya
Aha Bhagavan. Mahabhutani iti.
Mahabhutani iti.
So this is the avatarika for the next shloka. That is Stutya Abhimukhi Bhutaya. That is by extolling this subject, by praising this subject. Oh, this is such a great subject. It has been told by the Shruti, it has been told in Smruti by various Rishis, and it is also logically established by various sentences in the Vedas. By praising this knowledge in such a manner, he has made Arjuna attentive rather. You see, Stutya Abhimukhi Bhutaya Arjunaya. Arjuna became Abhimukha. That means all that probably Arjuna was looking elsewhere, now he has become Abhimukha. Arjuna has now become attentive. So you see, when the talk becomes boring, sometimes you may look at this way or that way. Then again, sometimes suddenly the teacher says, yes, this is a very important thing. So you come back Abhimukha. Abhimukha means you come face to face with your teacher. So that is it. Abhimukhi Bhutaya Arjunaya. So by that he has drawn the attention of Arjuna to what he is going to say. Abhimukhi Bhutaya Arjunaya Aha Bhagavan. Mahabhutani iti. Let us read the shloka. Mahabhutanyahankaro buddhiravyaktamevacha indriyani dashaikam cha panchachendriyagocharaha. Okay, so he is saying this, you see, this is the first sentence. Let us see. Mahabhutani ahankaraha buddhihi avyaktamevacha. So here this Ashta Prakriti which I just now said, Bhumihi, Apaha, Nalaha, Vayuhu, Kham, Mano, Buddhirevacha, Hankara, Itiyam, etc., they are being repeated here. Mahabhutani. Bhutam is Napumsaka, Bhutani, Mahabhutani. The 5 great elements, the 5 mighty elements, Maha. What are they? And then we are not referring to the gross Bhutani. We are referring to Sukshma. Sukshma means Tanmatra. Tadeva iti Tanmatram. Tanmatra means before that Panchikarana. Tanmatra and Sthula Bhuta, the difference is Sthula Bhuta is something which is physically seen, which is cognized by the senses. Sukshma Bhuta is something which is not cognized by the senses. Sukshma is Tanmatra, that is Tadeva iti Tanmatram. When you refer to Akasha, only Akasha component is there, that Prithvi, Jala, Prithvi, Agni, etc., they have not come. Then when you say Akasha, then not Vayu. Vayu, when you say Vayu, only Vayu is there, other things have not mixed. So after Panchikaranam, they become the Sthula Bhutas. So that you remember. So here, Mahabhutani refers to Pancha Tanmatras because they are the Prakriti Vikrutayaha. They are the Prakriti Vikrutayaha. Say, when we refer to Sthula Bhuta is not, say, Prakriti for anything. Sthula Bhuta, if you take a lump of earth, it may be a Prakriti for making a pot, but there is no difference between pot and earth, isn't it? So that is why earth as it is, it cannot be said to be a Prakriti. In a very, very loose manner, you can say from earth you are making so many parts, but then earth is not itself is not a Prakriti. Technically, say, I mean, in Vedanta at least. So this Mahabhuta, Sthula Bhuta, we are not taking out, we are not considering as Prakriti, only Sukshma Bhuta. Then Mahabhutani, Ahankara. Ahankara and Buddhi, these two things are components of this Mahat. What I said just now, I read out that, say, Karika from Ishvara Krishna. In fact, I advise you to buy that book of Ishvara Krishna Sankhya Karika. Ishvara Krishna Sankhya Karika is available in, say, near Rabbits. That you must have seen that bookstall, Sanskrit bookstall. So there is a very small, slender book. You can buy that book. Say, the original, say, Kapila, not Kapila, Kapila Sankhya. That is, the Kapila was very, very old. Kapila's Sankhya Sutras, they are available, but then some people, they dispute whether it is really by Kapila or by somebody else, but anyway, we need not bother for that. But this Ishvara Krishna's Sankhya Karika, it is not disputed at all. It is something which is there available. So, this shloka which I read, Mola Prakritihi, Abhikrutihi, Mahadadhyaha, Prakriti Vikrutayaha, so that shloka you will get in the very beginning only, you will get. So here, where are we? Mahabhutani, Ahankara and Buddhi, they are from this Mahat. Then Avyaktamevacha. Avyaktam is Maya, that unmanifest. Unmanifest is that Maya only. So Avyaktamevacha. So up to this point, Avyaktam Eva. Eva means only up to this point, that Eva is Avadharanartha, we are going to see. That Eva Shabda, only Prakriti is only this much. Avyaktam Eva, Prakriti is only this much. So what are this Mahabhutani? Ahankara, Mahabhutani 5, Ahankara 6, Buddhi 7, Avyaktam 8. So that is how these 8 things are this Prakritis. Then Vikrutayaha, Indriyani Dasha. Indriyani Dasha means where are these 10 Indriyas? Normally we refer to Jnanendriyas and also Karmendriyas. So this 5 Jnanendriyas and 5 Karmendriyas. So this 5 Karmendriyas. Dasha Ekam Cha. What is this Ekadasha? Ekadasha is mind. So Indriyani Dasha Ekam Cha. That one more. Then Panchacha Indriya Gocharaha. 5 more. What are these? Panchacha. 5 more. Indriya Gocharaha means those which become the object for these 5 senses. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. So all these things, the 5 say the gross elements, let us say, the 5 gross elements are these Indriya Gocharaha. So the first thing is Mahabhutani is Tanmatra, not Indriya Gocharaha. The last thing is the 5 Pancha Indriya Gocharaha, they are the Sthula Bhutas. They are the Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. These 5 gross elements. So those things. So these are 16 Vikrutis. So So 16 you have you seen?
Yes.
Indriyani dasha, ekam cha 11 plus 5 gross elements 16. So altogether 16 plus 8. So it becomes 24. Chaturvimshati Tattvani. So that Sankhya and Vedanta, we have got a common thing in common say system there. So is this shloka clear?
Yes.
Okay. Let us read the Bhashyam. Where is it? Mahanti cha tani
महांतिचतानि
सर्व विकार व्यापकत्वात् भूतानि च
सर्वविकार व्यापकत्वात् भूतानि च
सूक्ष्माणि.
सूक्ष्माणि.
So Shankaracharya is clearly specifying Mahanti cha tani. Mahanti cha tani bhutani. So they are Mahanti at the same time bhutani. Mahanti is not Mahanti. Mahanti. Mahan. Mahanto. Here Mahat. Mahati. Mahanti. The Mahat Shabda. That is Napumsakalinga. Mahanti. Bhutani. That is, they are the mighty beings. Why? Sarva Vikara Vyapakatvat. Why are they mighty? Because Sarva Vikara Vyapakatvat. They are pervading all other Vikaras. They are pervading all other Vikaras. Indriyani Dasha, Ekamcha, Indriya Gocharaha. You see all this universe. So all these are called Vikaras only. And all these are pervaded. Vyapaka. Vyapakatvat. Vyapaka you know. Vyapya and Vyapaka you know. Vyapya is something which is pervaded. Vyapaka is something which pervades. Vyapya Vyapaka Bhava. So that is, say you see earth is something which is Vyapya. Then this say Mahabhuta, this Pancha Tanmatras, they are the Vyapakas. Because from that Vyapaka, this Vyapya comes. Vyapaka is Adhikadesha Vartitvam, Vyapakatvam. Alpadesha Vartitvam, Vyapyatvam. So Vyapya is something which is a narrow sphere, narrow realm, let us say. Vyapaka has a larger realm. So that is the difference. Vyapaka is pervading in nature. Vyapya is that which is pervaded. Then the easier example is sugar and sweets. Yeah, you know, you have become an expert now. So Vyapakam, sugar is Vyapaka and 100 types of sweets are Vyapyas. Or something like what else? Gold and ornaments. Gold is Vyapaka and 100 types of ornaments are Vyapyas. Very good. Then Sarva Vikara Vyapakatvat Bhutani cha Sushmani. Sushmani means they are not perceivable by the senses, not cognizable by the senses. That is it. Then Sthulanitu Indriya Gochara Shabdena Abhidhaishyante. Okay. So he is again making a clarification, giving a clarification. Sthulanitu. On the other hand, if you talk about Sthula Bhutas, they are Indriya Gochara Shabdena Abhidhaishyante. They will be told. Abhidhaishyante means Indriya Gochara. This word Indriya Gochara is referring to the Sthula Bhutas. He is saying Indriya Gochara Shabdena Abhidhaishyante. Abhidhanam means name. Abhidhaishyante means they are going to be named. They are going to be called. Future tense. Abhidhaishyante. By what? Indriya Gochara Shabdena. So here Indriya Gochara, Panchasha Indriya Gochara, I told you it is referring to Sthula Bhutas. So Sthula Bhutas are referred to by this last word of this shloka. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Abhidhaishyante. Ahankaraha Mahabhuta Karanam Aham Pratyaya Lakshanaha. This Ahankara means this I, this notion of I. This principle of individuation, as we call it, this principle of individuation, I, that mighty wave which emerges in that ocean of consciousness and then suddenly develops that notion I, that is the principle of individuation. So that Ahankara, Mahabhuta Karanam, Aham Pratyaya Lakshanaha. This is the Karanam. This is the Karanam, that means this becomes the Prakriti for the five, Tanmatras. That from this five Tanmatras are derived from this Ahankara, this I sense. So we will continue in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.